Hey YouTube family, it's Sarah. Are you sick of me yet? I don't know how many days in the row this is with videos, and we've still got a few days to go, so my apologies. Today I wanted to make a video that I thought was kind of an interesting concept, which was to talk about 5 good habits that I've retained since I've had weight loss surgery and 5 bad habits that I've picked up. And I'm going to try and make this video not super long, but we'll see how it goes. But let's get right into it. Good habit number 1. I still plan, I still weigh, I still measure, and I still track. You guys know because I talk about it all the time. I think it's really, really important to your success to do those things. Can you be successful without doing them? Yes. Do I notice that the people who seem to have the most success do all those things? Yes. So, again, one of those things that's up to you, but I do still weigh and measure everything, I still plan my food, and I still track all my food. Number 2, protein first and quality protein. I'm still a protein first kind of girl. I usually get, I would say 90 plus grams of protein a day. I try to do quality protein, so low fat, lean meats, seafood, fish, that sort of thing. I probably do at least 1 to 2 meals a day that are just pretty much protein. So it might be just like roasted chicken with a little bit of some kind of dip to, make sure that it's moist. Maybe just shrimp. It might be roasted turkey or just a fish. But often I will eat meals that are just protein with something else. Guacamole is one of my favorites. And there's a couple dips, yogurt dips that I buy at Trader Joe's that I love to pair with a whole lot of different things. It's not that I never eat vegetables or, stuff like that, but usually I have at least 1 meal a day that is strictly protein. Water. I still drink lots of water. I still think it's really important. I know I dehydrate very, very easily. I drink probably 100 to 120 ounces a day. It's not necessarily always just plain water. I do still use like Crystal Light and stuff like that. I'm still not really good at drinking plain water. It's not that it sits poorly in my sleeve, but it tastes bad to me no matter what. Tap water, bottled water, reverse osmosis, spring water, it doesn't matter. It all tastes bad to me. So I do usually flavor my water. But the point is I get it in, and that's the most important thing. Whatever you need to do, get in the liquids, the water. Taking vitamins. I did fall off for a little while, but basically I've been pretty good at continuing to take my vitamins regularly. I do what I have to do to get them in. So that means I take chewable vitamins, gummy vitamins. I'm just not good at taking pills, so I do what I have to do because to me the most important thing is that I get those vitamins in so that I'm not damaging my health. The last one is kind of interesting, and again, it's something that I think is really important that sometimes people overlook, and that's seeking out support, accountability, and asking for help. And that's something that I think I've been really good at doing since surgery, and hopefully I not just seeking it out, but also giving support and advice and all of those things. Being part of a community is really important. No matter what you are trying to do, no matter what journey you're on, being able to speak and connect with like-minded people is important, and it's important in this journey as well. I don't know what I would have done without YouTube and Facebook and online forums and all those things that I rely on, personal support, local support groups, all those things. So and accountability sort of comes with that, I think. The more people you're connected to, the more accountable you feel. And asking for help is something I'm usually terrible at, but I've gotten a lot better at it since surgery because I've realized that it's not selfish or self-centered to admit that you have an issue and to ask people to help you. Even as a mother, I think as a wife, it's difficult to give of yourself when there's nothing to give. You need to make sure that you are okay before you try and make sure everyone else is okay too. And that's something I've definitely learned over the past year. Let's get on to the juicy part that everyone is waiting for. Let me confess my weight loss surgery sins. These are the 5 bad habits that I've picked up in the last year. The first one is snacking and grazing. Oh my. That is, I think, the bane of the existence of weight loss surgery patients. I don't do it every day, but I do find myself sometimes not sneaking, that sounds terrible, but I'm making my kids a peanut butter sandwich and I might take a teaspoon of peanut butter. I am passing the cupboard and I have to get something out and there's a bag of almonds and I might take 4 almonds and eat them. I'm making dinner for my family and even though they're eating something I wouldn't normally eat, I might take a bite. All of those things, I think, it's not hunger. It's there and I want it. And so I take a bite and I think, oh, it's just a little bit, it won't hurt. But that just a little bit adds up. And I think the behavior more than the actual what you're eating is the issue for me. Because I think that behavior can lead to, it's a slippery slope, as I like to say. That behavior can lead to the undoing of your plan and to regaining weight and all that stuff. So I need to really try to keep that in check better, and that's something I'm really going to be working on in this next year. That's something I have a big sort of focus on eating a lot more intentionally than I have been, let's say, in the past couple of months. Too much coffee and drinking beverages with calories in them. I don't know that I necessarily drink too much coffee per se. You guys know I love my Starbucks. I usually have, probably the equivalent of 2 or 3 cups of coffee a day. Sometimes more than that. It's more the calories that bug me. I was really good at the beginning of my journey at not taking in liquid calories because for me they don't satisfy me at all. But now, if I'm having, let's just say, a Trenta iced coffee from Starbucks with whole milk in it, even though I'm using Splenda and sugar-free syrup, it's still like 80 calories. It still has carbs in it from the milk. I could be eating a turkey pepperoni or a string cheese or something like that and be getting protein from that, because there is obviously protein in milk as well. Be getting protein from that rather than a coffee. Even though, I'm not I don't go to Starbucks and even order these skinny frappuccinos or any of that stuff. Anything that's over 100 calories, forget it. It's not happening. Just because I only have, 900 calories, let's say, to eat in a day. I'm not wasting 100 calories plus on a drink. That's just me. I know there are other people who feel differently about it. That's cool. But what I will say is I do really enjoy my coffee. And so that's something I haven't really made a commitment yet to how I'm going to deal with that moving forward. Because even though I think it is a bad habit, it's one that I really enjoy. And I think we've all got to have something that, we can still really enjoy and get into on a daily basis. So we'll see. I'm not sure about that one. Allowing in treats to my house. Or not even allowing them in, but buying them. And this is not about buying stuff for my family and then eating it. I usually can avoid that stuff. This is me buying stuff for me. So whether it's nuts or sugar-free chocolate or sugar-free candy or whatever. I have some kind of problem where I think I've talked about this before, but where I buy things and then they sit for ages and I don't eat them, but I feel better that I have them. I don't know if it's some weird food hoarding. I have no idea. But I have lots of protein. I have enough protein bars for the zombie apocalypse. I have 6 months worth of protein bars stockpiled. But I hardly eat them. I have tons of sugar-free chocolate. I have sugar-free candy. I have ice cream in my freezer. I bought those little Haagen-Dazs quarter cup tiny little things because they were on sale. And I thought, well, sure, I can have one of those once a week. That would be awesome. That was 3 months ago. I've never touched them. Not even one time. And they sit in my freezer. And there's a bunch of things like that I buy and then it just sits there and I never eat it. I'm not sure why that is, but it bugs me from the point of view of the fact that even if I do eat it, it's something I don't really need. It's just something I want. Number 2, it bugs me because it's a waste. It's a waste of money. And the behavior is weird. So that's something I want to work on too, because I don't need to have that stuff around for sure. And I kind of feel like if I have to go and get it when I want it, that will help me moderate those cravings. So if instead of having ice cream in my freezer, I say, well, if I really desperately want ice cream, I'll go to the Baskin Robbins and get like a mini scoop of the sugar-free ice cream. Or if I really, really want sugar-free chocolate, I'm going to have to get my butt to the store and go get it. And I think 90% of the time I probably couldn't be bothered because I don't actually want it that badly. So that's something I'm definitely going to be trying to work on next year as well. Or in this next year, I should say. Not enough sleep. Not enough sleep. Oh, I was really good at the beginning of my journey with trying to get as much sleep as I could and understanding sleep is extremely important with weight loss and just for fitness and overall health. And I was doing better. Before surgery, I probably slept 3 to 4 hours a night. Maybe 5 on a good night. But then I would have like one day a week where I would sleep for like 12 hours to catch up. After surgery, I was probably sleeping at least a good 7 to 8, sometimes 9. Now I'd say I'm kind of at the 5 to 7 mark, and I feel it. I feel it in my overall energy level and all of that stuff. So more sleep. I think we all need it, but I definitely need it, and that's definitely a habit I need to get back into. The very last one, I don't know if I would call this a habit. This is, yeah, it's my confession to some of you. Yes, I drink out of a straw. Yes, I chew gum. Yes, I drink carbonated beverages. I do. Now, with the exception of carbonated beverages, the first two, chewing gum and drinking from a straw, were not things that I was told not to do by my surgeon. I do drink from straws because I find it convenient, and I actually feel like I swallow less air when I drink from a straw. I do chew gum because it helps me avoid snacking, and it doesn't make me uncomfortable, so why not? I very, very rarely have carbonated beverages. Usually it's like I'm at a bar and I'm having like a Diet Coke in Malibu, and it's bar soda, so it's usually very uncarbonated. I've only ever had a carbonated beverage from a can like one time, and I poured it over ice, so a lot of that dissipated as well. It doesn't bother me. I don't feel uncomfortable, so I do it on occasion. I know. The other thing that people have asked me about is whether I drink and eat. So first of all, as a VSGer, the drinking and eating thing's a little bit different. It's not quite as bad for us because when you have RNY, you have no pyloric valve, so your pylorus doesn't function anymore because it's not part of the stomach that you use. It's bypassed. So when you drink, it washes the food right through you. So if you eat and then drink, everything goes through you, and then you aren't satisfied and you're hungry again. When you have VSG, you still have your pyloric valve, so that doesn't really happen. What happens with me if I try and drink and eat is I get overly full because that water or liquid takes up space in my sleeve. So I don't drink and eat for that reason, but it is a little bit different. I don't stop drinking half an hour before I eat anymore, only because the liquid just goes straight through, so it's not really a problem for me. I do still avoid drinking at least half an hour after I eat, sometimes an hour. It just depends on how I feel. I can kind of tell by how full I feel, how tight my sleeves feels, whether it's, good for me to drink or not. But I absolutely don't eat and drink just because it's super uncomfortable for me to do so. So, yeah, that's one thing I don't do, just because I know a couple people had asked, so I wanted to cover that. So, yeah, look at that super quick video, still almost 14 minutes. Wow. I will be coming at you tomorrow with a very short week 52 update because I don't want to give everything away for my Surgiversary video on Saturday. But I'll talk a little bit about the diet I've been doing this week, and then I'll also be revisiting my 10 things I won't miss about being morbidly obese. So that's going to be tomorrow, and until then, have a great Thanksgiving, a happy Hanukkah, and don't forget, it's not just about what you've lost, it's about what you've gained. Have a great day.